Greetings, loved ones. Welcome back to another episode of Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. I hope you all are doing well today. I know it's fall and it's getting chilly out, but we in here and we in here to win it. Never forget that. So before I start with today's topic, I'm going to go ahead as usual with the spiritual copyright disclaimer. Bow our heads. On behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I have been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic records for the purpose of helping humanity. You guys. This information is given directly to me as a divine channel, and any use or reproduction of this information without the proper accreditation or acknowledgement from which this information was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties or individual. And so it is. Now, with that being said, today I would like to talk to you guys about, I forgot the damn topic. Oh yeah, today I want to talk to you guys about ignorance and karma because it's a real thing. For many people, ignorance is bliss. However, ignorance is when you choose to act unaware of a situation that you know full well is fucked up or not right or unjust, whether it be to you or to somebody else, and you rather stay and revel in that environment and act as though everything is okay or turn a blind eye. Now, a lot of times people will act ignorant to topics or situations where they feel as though it would be too tedious for them to address it, or it may, ruffle some feathers. It may start some contention or some drama, or they might not even feel strong enough to stand up for the situation. That can be because of lack of self-confidence. That could be also because they choose to fit in with the crowd, because a lot of times, in order to fit in with crowds, depending on where your geographical location is or where you're around, a lot of people prefer to be products of their environment. And if everybody else is going left, but they know that left is wrong, instead of being the different one, the odd man out, and standing up for something instead of falling for anything, they choose to go ahead with the crowd. And although they may know that whatever it is they're doing is wrong, like say for instance, if they're in a gang affiliation or something like that, that's just an example. Although they may know that the pursuits and the endeavors that organization is doing is not right or morally incorrect, instead of being fearless and standing up and being the voice and speaking up, they may fear for their lives, they may fear for their reputation. So instead they choose to turn a blind eye and be ignorant towards the situation. And a lot of times, a lot of places, you will find a lot of people who do that. We have a lot more followers than we do leaders out here today. And it's sad and it's unfortunate, but it's very true. A lot of people will choose ignorance instead of courage. And that is what's holding us back. But people, what we have to realize is, although ignorance may be bliss for you at that time during that situation, and you feel as though, okay, hey, I may have gotten away with it, or I'm not particularly the one who is hands-on involved in whatever situation it is that is wrong. If you're not speaking up, trust and believe. You're not doing your part. You're not doing your part for humanity. You're not doing your part as a person, a morally correct person. You're not doing your part as a spiritually sound individual or just a person who is worth their measure, right? And you will, in fact, incur karma, all right? It's just like from a legal standpoint, let's just say, it would be the same as being an accessory to a crime or guilty by association. How many times do we see people that get banged up and they lose their football scholarship, their whole future and stuff because they was hanging with the wrong people? They were at the wrong place at the wrong time, even though they might not have been the one to pull the trigger, right? In the crime, they still end up getting charged with murder. Right? You're guilty by association. You are accessory to, because although you are not the one who committed the heinous act, you were there and you did not do your part. You did not intervene or interject. You had the power to stop it or to change it. Your voice may have carried some weight, but instead you chose ignorance or to portray ignorance or act as though you had little to no involvement. But that's not the way that life goes. That's not the way that karma goes. And that is not the way that we are supposed to live as people who are trying to evolve this lifetime, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually as well. Ignorance, as I said before, ignorance is something that is self-induced, is what I'm going to say. So if you are ignorant to the fact of something that is going on that is not good for you or anybody else in that environment, trust and believe. When my girl Karma come around, when she spin the block and she come around, she's going to catch you too, because those who know better do better. And when you choose to be ignorant on a situation, it is going to come back and bite you in the ass. For instance, I'm seeing a lot of people out here who are delving into their past. They're talking about their past. They're talking about abuse that they may have experienced growing up, whether it be child abuse, molestation, anything. And a lot of times they're saying that the people around them knew what was going on, but they chose to act ignorant to the situation for fear of losing their stability or their livelihood. But what you have to understand is, as I say many, many times before, we all have chosen our path before we came here. Every struggle that we go through, every opposition that we face, every obstacle that we have to overcome, we already chose that. Okay, it is already written in our records. It's already written in the Lamb's Book of Life for the Christians. It's already written. And these are all tests that we are supposed to go through in order to spiritually and emotionally evolve. So if you choose to be ignorant to a situation, what you need to realize is that is a test of your courage. That is a test of your integrity. That is a test of your moral character. And if you cannot choose to do the right thing in the face of opposition, as I said, you will incur that karma. It will negatively affect you. Even if it does not affect you at that particular time, in that particular situation, trust and believe. Karma does not discriminate. And a lot of times, people who choose to be ignorant to certain situations, it won't even happen at that time. But later on in life, as they go on, there will be another situation that will happen. And because they did not make the right choice or the right decision in the past, when it happens to them, it will seem so unjust and so unfair. But you know what? That is how karma works. That is how karma works. Nobody, whether you say that you believe in karma or not, I'm going to tell you something. There is a thing called the circle of life. What goes around comes around. So no good deed goes unpunished. So therefore, your lack of assertion, it will not go unpunished. And there's going to be a time in your life when you're not even going to be able to feign ignorance in certain situations. You're just going to have to call a spade. And then it's going to be glaringly and shockingly clear to those around you that what you are receiving is what you have reaped, okay? You always reap what you sow. Okay, I might have said it wrong, but y'all feel me. Y'all know what I'm saying, okay? I know you guys are picking up what I am putting down for you. You cannot choose to be ignorant of certain situations, especially life-altering situations, just because you are intimidated or you feel as though you're not ready. You never get handed anything that you're not ready for, all right? Something that we need to realize is that fear is an illusion, okay? So that fear that you have that makes you turn a blind eye and be ignorant in a situation, that is an illusion. That is an obstacle that is put there to see how worthy are you of the things that you want. And if you are not bold enough or strong enough to stand up instead of choosing to be ignorant in a situation, you are not going to receive what it is that you truly want. You're not going to get that fulfillment. You're not going to get that emotional fulfillment, that spiritual fulfillment, that physical fulfillment, any of that. It is going to bite you in the ass. And that's what people need to understand. A lot of times there are things that are going on. There are situations that are going on around people. And because they want no parts, they choose to be ignorant to it and run away from it. However, you can't do that. In this day and age, we can't do that. You have so many people that are choosing to be ignorant in situations. Instead of stepping in and being a good Samaritan and helping others, they would rather pull their phones out and record the situation that's going on. Y'all, that's fucking ignorant. That is ignorant, okay? Everything is not a world star moment. Now is the time where we need to intervene. Now is the time, especially as minorities, as a race, now is the time that we need to show our worth. We need to show that we have substance. We need to show that we are better than what we have been putting out there, because for years, minorities, we have been putting out ignorant activities and ignorant acts for the world to judge us from. And then now we're mad about it. But how can you be mad when you are the one that chooses to be ignorant? Right? And in turn, we are getting this karma because we are getting stigmatized. We are getting prejudged. However, that is how we carry ourselves. And it's never too late. You could have been ignorant your whole goddamn life for situations just because you didn't want to deal with it, or because you felt like it had nothing to do with you. That's not your business. That's fine. However, the time to stop is once you realize that you have been choosing ignorance. You have been choosing your bliss by being ignorant instead of stepping up, because all of us are called to be leaders in some way, shape, or form. You might not be called to be a leader on a massive scale. You may be called to be a leader just to show the people in your environment, the people who are staunch products of their environments, that no, this is not the way to go. It's time for us to do something different. Sometimes it just takes one person to speak up, to just change the shift in the environment, to change the energy in the environment. It is time for us to reap our good karma, which means it's time for us to do good and just deeds. It's time for us to speak up. It's time for us to do things that we know are right, instead of choosing to turn that blind eye and have that false sense of bliss that we get from being ignorant or minding our business because it does not affect us personally. What we have to understand also is that we are all connected. Energetically, we are all connected. Everybody that you come across, whether you're driving down the street, whether you're at a red light with that person, whether you're sitting at the bus stop with that person, whether you're at the supermarket with that person, let me tell you something. All of that is pre-planned. All of that was predestined. It is a reason why that person is in your energetic field at that time. And sometimes it's the little things that you do that can make a difference. Those little things that you do or don't do is what can bless you later on, or can cause you negative karma later on. It is up to you to make that first step. And instead of choosing ignorance and bliss and getting bad karma, choose to be the bigger person. Choose to do the right thing. Choose to speak up. Choose to stand up, stand firm in your beliefs. Choose to be different in a positive way and incur some dharma, which is good karma. That's what everybody needs to do. But you don't have, I'm just suggesting it. I know, I'm a fire sign, so I'm assertive, right? But it is still just a suggestion for you guys to understand that with ignorance comes negative karma. And ignorance is a choice. And it is time for all of us to choose wisely and to choose different. The things that we have been doing have not been working for us. So it is time for a change. Are you ready for that change? Ask yourself that question. And also, while you're on your path and your journey out of ignorance, don't forget to check out my Etsy shop, Empress Oracle Shop. There I have healing crystals that can help you along your journey, that can help you with your confidence, that can help you with your speech, can help you with your creativity and all of your endeavors. If you need some extra fortitude, you feel like you're not there yet, strength-wise, energetically, there's a crystal out there for you. Go ahead and check out my shop and be blessed and have a wonderful day. I love you all.